Hi everyone. Before we get started, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. If any part resonates, make sure you leave a comment below and make sure you're liking the videos that you're watching by clicking on the like or the thumbs up button. Now there are three wonderfully beautiful images in front of you. Pick any one image that you feel most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one image, you can check out both as well. Before we get into your reading, very quickly, just want to tell you about my services. If you want to opt for a private reading, you can reach out to me on Instagram. All the details are in the first post that I have pinned on my Instagram. I also do numerology readings. I also do Akashic. So, any information that you need regarding the readings, you can reach out via Instagram. I also teach tarot card readings offline in Mumbai and also online in case you're based out of Mumbai. For details on that as well, you can reach out to me via my Instagram. Okay, without further ado, let's get started with your readings. Hi, pile number one. This is your reading, and I must say, I have some very, very beautiful cards here. But on a quick look, I believe that a lot of people who have selected this pile, they must be a little tired. They must be in that mind space of questioning when will they reap the bigger rewards for all the hard work that they have been doing. Or some people in this pile might also be questioning how can they start playing a bigger game. And I do mean this from a financial or a career point of view. And even if this part did not resonate, that's fine, you can still continue with the reading. But I do feel that there are many people in this pile who are wanting either now to play the big game or they are really wanting to seek bigger rewards for all that they have been doing. Okay, so how will your energy be in the month of October 2024? We have this beautiful card here, which is Emperor Purush. So very balanced, very practical, and honestly speaking, this is also an advice that is coming for you. Okay, I can't see that here, but I saw one card and I just immediately felt as if there is a need to be more assertive. Like, just make sure that you are really showing who you are. Okay, you are not caving into what is expected out of you in the month of October. You're not being sweet, polite, or mingling, or kinder than needed just because you feel that could be an expectation. Just be very, very straightforward in how you are. I also feel as if the month of October would require you to be very practical, also very organized, and be a little indifferent to what other people could be thinking or saying about you. You would have to be a little bit strong in the month of October. And this is not to say that there is some negativity around you. In fact, honestly, apart from your own journey of your life, I see little to none almost external influences. Okay, but you may generally just feel that whatever people are saying or however people want you to be, you are caving into that. You might want to protect yourself from this mindset and just stay true to yourself. And advice is that true to yourself for the month of October at least is being very practical, very organized, and having a little bit of a indifferent attitude towards what people think. Along with that, there is also something to do with leadership here. Like how a boss lady or a leader really takes care of everything in the right manner. So that is also one of the themes here that you might see happening for you in the month of October. Now, apart from that, there's one other advice, that be a little bit more collaborative in the month of October. But this is not to say that while you're being collaborative, you would not sorry, I'll take that back. be collaborative in the month of October, but this is also to be a little aware and careful about the fact that you always don't have to listen to everybody. So, honestly, knowing a little bit about how leading people or working in collaboration, but also bringing forward your point and make sure that your point has the right reasoning behind it, and how do you communicate that, and how do you get people to be on your side while also ensuring that they feel heard. I think these are some of the things that you might grapple with in the month of October. Also feel that there could be like a group project that you could be working on, or like a lot of group projects where you would have to participate, and you again could be given like an opportunity to either lead the project, or you might just feel very or think very differently from your group, so you would maybe need a way to figure out how to say it in the right manner. But like I said, it's very important to communicate. It's important to be your authentic self and not cave in with what is expected. Example, you might feel that oh, because I'm in a group, or like I'm working with my colleagues, I should not be that vocal so that I don't ruffle any feathers. That's the wrong way to go about it. The right way would be where you learn to communicate this so effectively and strongly and nicely that you do communicate your point, but at the same time you make sure that your colleagues also feel heard. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing that I'm getting is that honestly I feel there could be like some opportunities that could be coming your way in the month of October to earn a little bit extra. For all those who are not doing any side gig or any business, then at work only there could be like a surplus of opportunities, and I think October would really require you to be very organized, and you would just feel that you're working day in and night, and you would really have to understand how to budget your time better. That's one. Second, for those who are planning uh, or who already have a side hustle or a business, I do feel there are some nicer long term opportunities that could show up. Please make sure you don't self sabotage, because one of the cards that I have here, which is talking about an opportunity coming your way, I also see this as a card of self sabotaging, because you're just so focused on what's on your plate already. You are not even trying to see that, oh, maybe you can make way for something new on your plate. So while I do understand the concepts of burnout and how we really need to be much more careful with what we can truly handle, but with the Emperor card here, I think it's time to come in a slightly more hustling mode and energy, because an emperor, a leader, a CEO always has a lot on their plate, right? But they really know how to take care of all of it. So I think it's time that you imbibe those skills and that mindset in you. So there could be some new opportunity that's coming your way. It might feel like either a long-term opportunity, or it may feel like an opportunity that will slowly grow and it will demand a lot of you. Take this as a sign. Remember this. It's time that you grab that. All right. Other thing that I see here is that October would require a lot of hard work from you, a lot of planning and being efficient, budgeting your time properly, burning the midnight oil. That's one thing that I'm also hearing. I think October would also be a time when you would actually work on your emotions a little bit more. And the moment I said this, I'm suddenly feeling an energy block here. I think there is a lot of things that are not clear in your head, or that you want to speak out. You don't know, you don't have access to people who would understand it that way. I do feel as if journaling or writing down certain parts might really be beneficial to you. Okay. Now, a couple of other messages that I have here is, first is surrender. This is a very beautiful message. And actually, these two cards are really popped out on their own. I was wanting to take a card just to understand anything that you need to understand from September and then move ahead. But these just popped out before I could put in the intention. So I took these for this pile. So it says extraordinary and surrender. There's a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. And surrender, sometimes learning to surrender can feel as if you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest: to stop trying to control the universe. Very beautiful. Um, Also, with this little peacock here, instead of me seeing it as a peacock design, I do feel as if a lot of eyes are on you, which kind of makes sense and coincides, with the meaning of the Emperor card here. The audience is always looking up to their emperor, right? So I do feel as if there are a lot of eyes on you, and people just find you very unique, very interesting, very full of life, very colorful. And it's about time that you honor yourself too, like that. Which again brings me to the point, like, they say it's lonely at the top, right? Or entrepreneurship is lonely, or just being different from the crowd can sometimes feel lonely. You need to embrace that. Many a times, they say that a peacock looks at its feet and cries because it feels that its feet are ugly. It's one of these sayings that we have in India. But the whole world is looking at the peacock to be in awe of its beauty, its feathers, and its dance. So what I'm kind of seeing here is that you are extraordinary. So stop your focus on the things that you don't have, or the negative side, or just stop trying to create complications in your mind. You are extraordinary. Accept that, and that's why don't fit in, stand out. It's your time. Then we have surrender here. This I feel somebody really needed to hear, that you need to stop trying to control the universe. Like I said in the initial starting, I felt like somebody is like waiting on the rewards, or somebody is like trying to understand how do they bring in more rewards. And there is a lot of like energy of impatience in this pile generally. Not impatience, as if losing faith and losing patience. So maybe this is a message that you needed to hear, that it's time to surrender again, set the bird free. What is yours will come back to you. And another thing, I'm sensing a lot of blue purplish energy here. Some people genuinely need to work on their throat chakra in this pile. There's a lot here that needs to be said. Also getting a tiny manifestation energy intuitively. Use good words, right words to bring things to reality. So I would actually tell you, what you should do for this month. Take just 3 or 2 things that you need absolutely. One of them could actually be, I just want to be peace with where I am right now. I want to feel happy. So take 2 or 3 things as goals for your month of October. And right after you watch this reading, do a little ritual, light some nice candles, get into that headspace by breathing in and out for a few minutes, and then write those down, and then just keep it somewhere. And tell yourself as you're keeping it away from you that this is me surrendering now to the universe. It's not the timeline, but it's just that I want this to happen. So whenever you give it to me, I'm good with that. I think that might calm you down a bit. The other message that I have here is, if you believe. I don't know who needed to hear this. I think somebody is saying maybe in their head, will it ever happen for me? Will I get what I truly want? Will things work out fine? Yes, but there is also a little bit of belief needed here, which kind of takes back me to my message of manifestation. I think you need to do a little bit of mind work, a little bit of gratitude, and then I suddenly see this card, which is, I express gratitude to the universe often, knowing that my thoughts are heard and appreciated. I am grateful for all the wonderful things in my life. I do feel as if, the one thing majorly this pile is lacking is gratitude. That's it. So I think you just need to work on your gratitude a little bit. And I don't know why I also feel as if this pile might have been also attracted to pile number 2. So make sure, like, if you have time, you can check that also out. But coming back to your message, there's just a need to do a little bit of mind work to be at peace, in patience, in gratitude of where you are currently. And that's when you'll be surprised that you'll just be fulfilled. It'll not be about, you'll get your reward sooner or anything like that, but you will be fulfilled in the now, and that's what you seek. You don't think that's what you seek because, again, it's like you're in a race, the rat race. You're in a hustling zone. You want to achieve what others have achieved. You're being comparative, but that's not needed. You just have to be patient, happy, fulfilled with where you are right now. Okay? The last 2 messages that I have here from my very favorite Christian deck. Pay time. You reap what you sow. It comes back to you time and again. You have to pay for your deeds. I do feel as if, some people in this pile might be going on a bit of a might be going through a bit of a karmic period. You have paid also certain debts probably. And I do feel as if now could be also your rewards time. So you may have already paid for a lot of your debts, karmically, whatever karmas and prarabdha and etc. karmas you bring from your previous words. Now you could be reaping the rewards. Or for many, I also feel like, this is still the time where you're still paying a few of those debts. So it's okay. Be patient. And then the other message that we have here is do your karma. Oh, nice. It kind of fits together. Be good, do good, never lose faith, be prepared. So do your karma and pay time. You reap what you sow. You have to pay for your deeds. So patience is what I would say is one of the things. Now, today for the book. I don't know why I never thought of it earlier. I have Bhagavad Gita. And I think all of us people who are in occult or who are in spirituality, there is nothing like the Gita. So I'm gonna ask the Gita to give a message for pile 1. Let's see what you guys get. I'm gonna keep the mic down. Brahma, the first living creature within universe, created several sons for propagation of various kind of species. Among these sons, Bhrigu is the most powerful sage. Of all transcendental vibrations, Om represents Krishna. Of all sacrifices, it's so, I mean, I know Gita is mostly about Krishna, but it's nice that I literally picked a passage also of Krishna when today I chose my Gita deck. The chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare is the purest representation of Krishna. Sometimes animal sacrifices are recommended, but in the sacrifice of Hare Krishna, there is no question of violence. It is the simplest and purest. Whatever is sublime in the worlds is a representation of Krishna. Therefore, the Himalayas, the great mountains in the world, also represent him. Of the great sages and Bhrigu, of vibrations and the transcendental Om, of sacrifices and the chanting of the holy names or Jap, and of immovable things, I am Himalayas. So this particular passage, what I take away from it is talking about Krishna. And I do feel as if there is a need to connect with Lord Krishna for some people in this pile, or there is a need to maybe just understand that simple rituals of bringing and building your connect together with the divine is going to help you and is going to be a way of satisfying your karmic debt. So that was it, pile number 1. Let me know if any part of this resonated, any part you really wish should come true. Do comment that below. See you. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your October 2024 reading. And I have a wonderful card here, which is the star. And you know, the moment I saw this, I was just like, who in this pile has managed to get their hands on Coldplay tickets? So if anybody of you has managed to get on your hands on Coldplay tickets just from this pile, you have to comment below and tell me, okay? Because that actually, not humorously, but that did feel like a message that there is somebody in this pile. Okay. I'm not going to lie, but you know, I feel a lot of people in this pile are going through emotionally a very turbulent, confusing, challenging time. And the good news is that this time is not going to last for long. And what I also feel is that this is just a time of transformation. You know, like how there are 5 stages to grieve, right? I think you're at that stage of grieving where very soon, from acceptance to closure, that is going to be met. So I just feel as if, you know, life has been so evolving for you that maybe you didn't have time to sit and process your, or maybe you did have time to process your emotions, but there has been just so much that has evolved, that has changed. And it's a lot of emotions, a lot of things to process. I'm also hearing survival mode, or I forget, there is a 4th mode also, you know, like there's flight, fight, freeze. There's also, I think, a 3rd or 4th mode, I'm forgetting, which is basically about, you know, that how, or I think it is freeze only, a functional freeze, where you just don't, you're just doing like the bare minimum to make yourself, of course, stay functional, do your daily duties and responsibilities, but then you haven't had time to sit with yourself and process a lot of things that are happening in your life and how do you feel about them. Now, this doesn't have to be something that's very heart wrenching. It can be as simple as just, grappling with a very demanding and a very busy job, or just trying to understand that how much of your social capacity do you really have to give to others. So I think it's going to come to a full circle in the month of October now. And October is like the last month where you're very close to the entire cycle of grieving and like closure, and from there on it's changing, baby. Okay, so your theme for the month of October is going to be the star, Tara. Firstly, I need confirmation if you've got Coldplay tickets. And second, coming to the message of the card, I feel this is a time to connect to. This is really a time to connect to your higher power. And in fact, interestingly, we do have another card also here which says ask your angels. I think if you have been planning to start some spiritual practice, you might start it in October. And even if not, you're literally being told, force yourself to sit down, connect with Shakti, or connect with whatever divine you believe in. For some people here could be followers of Krishna, and some people here could be followers of different forms of Devi. So, October is going to be that period where you are being suggested to center yourself, come back to yourself, come back to your home, and sit with yourself. Enjoy isolation, process things in isolation, and then only you will come back out stronger. Okay? Now, few things that I have here is I don't know what's happening with this pile, but I don't think they are going to be emotionally feeling very amazing or great. It's like, okay, I almost feel as if you have got into a very strong comparative mode with a lot of other people, and you just feel very lack of support, very alone. Or maybe you've always felt like that. Now those feelings are becoming stronger, and suddenly you see a lot of people in their life, they have grown much more, grown differently, and they are maybe what was your dream at one point. So I do believe that comparative attitude is bringing a lot of doubt, self doubt, and you're not liking yourself in the month of October, but only for few days. Okay, after a few days, I feel like you're going to understand yourself better, and you would come out of it. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of messages for this file, so I'll just complete those first in keywords. I feel some people in this pile are going to go for past life regression. Some people are finally going to be able to close out a really old cycle, a repeat message of like finally getting emotional closure, emotional accepting, and moving past it. And then the past becomes just a space of like happy and fond memories and doesn't bring up pain so much. I think I've already mentioned some people are either getting an Akashic record reading done, or they're going for past life regression in this pile. Some people are going back to a part of their childhood self, where they absolutely were not confident, they did not like themselves, they struggled a lot in seeing value in their own self. So you will go there, and then you will spiral out of it also, and you will come back again more confident and somebody in the energy of who loves themselves. There's also something to do with loss here. I don't know if somebody has lost somebody important in the month of October earlier, and we anyway have this entire period of Pitru Paksh going on. And even if not that, maybe somebody in your family or something. I don't want to be very explicit. There is an energy of either grieving over loss of someone from their past, or maybe right now. You're smart enough to deduce that. Okay, so that's one thing. The second message that I'm getting is there might be a good period to kind of either reconnect with your old friends. Some of them might just randomly come back in your life. And I also feel as if some of you are going to be making very new, very offbeatish friends, company of whose you will enjoy. Many people are going to be investing a lot more time on studying, researching, and reaching out to new books, new avenues of learnings in this month. And this is also something that is advised to you. Writing is advised to you. I don't know if people in this pile are creative people. They work in marketing, movies, storytelling, screenplay writing, writing your thoughts down and writing everything down literally with a pen and paper is this something that's going to be very advisable to you. Make a lot of plans, maybe. I have this message here, wait. What I feel is as if, all those who are planning to just move ahead, move on, don't rush that also. Go through that entire journey of like processing your emotions, even when it comes to your career and the bigger plans in life that you now suddenly want to partake in because you're feeling low about yourself, you're in this comparative mode. This is just a good time to make plans, to understand everything. I also feel as if, there's something going to happen like an emotional setback. Sometimes a repressed memory can be very triggering. So, some repressed memory is going to come up to the surface. You will process it and then you will move past it, which is a good thing. Okay. So, anyway, coming back to the plans, whatever plans you have in your life right now when it comes to your work, your career, your progression, make the plans, yes. Immediately, maybe this is not the time to act upon it. I also feel as if a lot of you are struggling to acting upon your plans and take action. You're being advised to ask your angels, and this I feel is really in correlation with this card, which is that just connect with the higher power. You actually don't need a tarot card reading, for this while you just need your connection with your divine source, and that's going to work for you. Then I do feel as if after October, things are going to catch up more speed. They're going to change for good. A lot of your karmic duties are going to be paid off by October. But this is also a time when you should really be focusing on studying something new. I don't know why I also feel as if for some people in this file, this is like a time to think what is it that you truly want to do. It's time to change direction. You don't have to stick with what you have always done. Okay? We have other few messages here. First is loss. Spoken about it enough. Still just going to read it out. Sometimes you learn true offering through loss. You make passionate invitation for love to take over and bring own plan instead of egos. So I think here is just about honestly processing some kind of loss, and once you have done that, then filling that space with love again. Then we have inner power. This is interesting. The moment I picked up and I re-saw the middle image, it just felt like very lonely journey, and I do feel as if you have to embrace this lonesome more, because you need this lonesome to be able to connect with your higher power. So here we have the message of inner power, which is give me this courage and power to do what must be done. Either you have a weak Mars or you're number 8. There is just a need to dial up more courage in your life. For some people in this pile, maybe just reading Hanuman Chalisa daily will also help you. Okay. So right now you're taking this time of vegetation, of this functional freeze, while being functional, of course, to the world, to build your inner power. And for that, you would really need help of either some deity or your divine, basically. So make sure that you're connecting with the higher ups to get your source of strength. And here also we have ask your angels. Now, extraordinary, this was the same card in pile 1, and I don't know, while reading pile 1 only, I felt that, there would be messages in pile 2 also. So anyway, extraordinary. I do feel a lot of eyes are already on you in the month of October, and you need to embrace your extraordinary side, your beautiful difference that you bring to this world. You don't have to fit in. Okay, so there is a wild and impetuous uniqueness to you that deserves to be honored. You honor yourself and then the world honors you, and that's why we have this affirmation here, which is I wake up in the morning loving myself, praising myself, and telling myself I love being me. My day begins and ends with self-love and appreciation. Like I said, ditch comparison, ditch all that has happened in the past, ditch what is not worked out. You love yourself, you embrace your extraordinariness, and the world will bow down to you. Now, last 2 messages that I have here is purity. Purity in deeds and words is rewarded. I also feel as if, some people in this pile might also be like questioning that, is being good really doing anything to me? What does it do? I am nice, I'm caring, I'm always good towards people, but how does it help? It does. There is a bigger account that we all carry, a bigger karmic account, and there is a bigger way in which this account is cleared off, which is beyond our comprehension, beyond our understanding. It's really something up higher up in that space of divine. So don't worry about if your purity is being rewarded or not. It is. At some point, you would be surprised and amused how much it gets rewarded. Don't let the world and the meanness and the wrong side of the world change you. Make the right choice. Be humble in all you do. Vanity breeds sickness. Make the right choice. I don't know why this has come up, honestly. I do feel as if it's just about telling you that, whatever it is that you decide from now on, make the right choice. But somehow the vanity word has stuck to me here. Just make sure that in the month of October, you are being seen as somebody who is humble, which is also weird because there's also this card of extraordinary, that you are extraordinary. Maybe it's about to say that, you don't really have to go tom-tomming about your extraordinariness to the world. You just have to be yourself. They will observe what they have to, but you don't have to go out of the way to make yourself be seen differently. Maybe you come back and you tell me what happened, that vanity breeds sickness was a message that resonated. Okay. And today for your reading, I have the Bhagavad Gita. I'm going to be referring to one of the messages here, and let's see what you have got. It's weird, guys. I have opened page 172 in this book, and I don't know why it said be humble in all you do. And here also it says, beginning from practicing humility up to the point of realization of supreme truth, the absolute personality of Godhead. This process is like a staircase, beginning from ground floor and going up to top floor. Now on this staircase, there are so many people who have reached the first floor, the second floor, third floor. But unless one reaches the top floor, which is the understanding of Krishna, he is at the lower stage of knowledge. If anyone wants to compete with God and at the same time make advancement in spiritual knowledge, he will be frustrated. It is clearly stated that without humility, understanding is truly not possible. To think oneself God is most puffed up. Although the living entity is always kicked about these stringent laws of material nature, he still thinks I am God because of ignorance. The beginning of knowledge, therefore, is humility. One should be humble and know that he is subordinate to the Supreme Lord. Due to rebellion against Supreme Lord, one becomes subordinate to material nature. One must know and be convinced of this truth. Interesting, maybe the entire concept of like make the right choice and be humble in all you do, there is also maybe some spiritual message here. Maybe it is about the fact that maybe some of you in this pile have been in this fighting mode with the higher power, believing that like it doesn't really support me. What would the higher power know? There's so many people who don't believe in it and they are able to get ahead. I also need to maybe take a break. No, in fact, this is the lower nature of you talking. This is the devilish side of you talking. Maybe just come back to this space of being humble and knowing that no matter what you believe, you are a part of something big and there is a divine plan that is there for you. I don't want to deduce or decode much into it. There is definitely something about humility here, maybe some sort of a karmic debt, or just be a little bit careful about how you express things that you do. I feel like reading one more passage. The Lord has explained the field of activities and the knower of the field. He has explained the process of knowing, the knower of the field of activities. Now he begins to explain the knowable, first the soul and then the super soul. By the knowledge of the knower, both the soul and the super soul, one can relish the nectar of the life. As explained in the second chapter, the living entity is eternal. There is no specific date at which a Jeev was born, nor one can trace out the history of Jeevatma's manifestation from the Supreme Lord. Therefore, it confirms na jayate mritye va vipashit. The knower of the body is never born and never dies, and he is full of knowledge. I do feel, just keep this message, be humble this month. Make of these two messages from the Gita whatever you have to, but I strongly feel this is also a time for you to be connecting with some higher power above. So make sure that you make the most of the month of October. So that was it. Pile number 2. This was your reading. you want any part of it to come true, make sure you claim it in the comments below. And if any part of this resonated, especially the Coldplay tickets, make sure you comment and you let me know. All right, thanks. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. This is your reading for the month of October 2024. And some very interesting, wonderful cards here. One message I want to get out of the way before I forget it is somebody getting married very soon, or somebody might find someone in the month of October romantically, or you may have already been dating somebody and in the month of October it may get serious. And for all those who are getting married, I think October is going to be a very important month. You may have to learn to put boundaries when it comes to certain people who are involved in planning the entire wedding process. And also there is something about maybe your expectations not being met because of limitations in budget from the people who plan your wedding. Always some issue till the time I come to pile number 3, either with audio or something, but thankfully I got it quickly today. Okay, so what's going to be a theme like in the month of October 2024? What I'm getting here is this card of the world, Brahman. And as I see this card, I'm also getting this message that some people in this pile are a little bit creative or are going to be more in touch with their intuition in the month of October 2024. So I do feel as if a major life cycle or a life phase is going to be closed out for you in the month of October, and you would finally feel that I'm ready to move ahead, I'm ready to move forward. And this is going to be, of course, relevant for people who are getting married soon, but for a lot of other people also, I kind of feel as if some people are going to be leaving their jobs and moving to better jobs after October, or in the month of October the opportunity would progress like that. For many, I just feel as if you feel that, you know, something was not right or was not in alignment with last many months. Could be a mind space, could be an emotional zone that you were in, and suddenly after October you would feel, I'm hopeful about everything again. The bad is behind me and I'm ready to move forward. That is broadly the energy that I'm getting. Along with that, I do also genuinely feel some people are very creatively driven, and this is going to be a great month to explore those creative pursuits, either in a hobby form or financially or as a career, however you deem fit. The other message that I'm getting here is something to do with money. I do feel as if some people are going to be leaving their jobs for better pay, and as you must and as you should, because I also have this card here, which is the card of growth. For few, maybe getting message of a pregnancy is also to be likely in this month. Okay, so overall I do feel like this is going to be the month of a new phase. From here on, after October, you would have a new phase that's going to start in your life. Okay, now quick things that I have here via my tarot cards. First thing, a lot of people are learning to put boundaries in this month, and I feel as if a lot of have already mastered boundaries, and now this month you're going to be practicing again how do you continue having those boundaries in place. So boundaries is definitely both an advice and a predictive message for you this month. This could be boundaries at work. I also feel for some this is also boundaries with friends and family. So that's one message. Very, very strong travel energy. In fact, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of it. We have the world card here. Of course, it means travel too. So very, very strong traveling energy with the sun card also confirming it. And I feel many of you are going to be like having these very fun, nice travels, rejuvenating travels in the month of October, because of which you will feel alive and you will feel, this is where or what I wanted to really do. That's amazing. Then the third message that I have here is there is something to do with money here that's going to be a heartbreak, or some sort of a heartbreak coming more from some person. So now here I'll go back to the message of, where I said that you could be finding the right partner, or it could be progressing with somebody where it becomes more solidified into commitment, or some are getting married. So that is one message. The other message is you could be exploring with somebody And in the month of October, you may realize that they may not be the right one for you. Okay, this is a message for very few people. For many others, the message is that your somebody in your life, father, mentor, partner, somebody is not going to support you financially or in the way that you thought that you would receive the support. So that might be a lot more disheartening to you. And you may realize that that's also another place how you need to put your boundaries, and you need to be very sure of then what you are giving to them. That's one thing. Second thing, I do feel as if somebody's appraisal is not going to go well, or somebody may have like a tiff with boss which may like really annoy them, or their boss may something which is completely out of the line, and you may have to put in boundaries as per that. So I don't see it to be something very big. What I do see this to be in fact a learning and a pivoting moment for you, wherein because of this you would actually realize that, you know what, enough, I've had enough, I need to move on, and I need to be like maybe on this journey, career, emotional, building my own self, whatever it is, alone, and I will do it alone. So you will just realize your capabilities and your worth actually after this little bit of a heartbreak moment, and you're anyway good at putting boundaries. You will continue to doing so and reinforcing them even more strongly. I do feel as if somebody had been looking for some funding. If you're in your own business, you're part of some business cohort, startup cohort, you may not get the funding that you desired, which would be good, because I think that will kind of like in hindsight make you move into something else or some other investor who is going to be much more beneficial for you. Right now it's a bit of a patience game. Then the other two messages that we have here is limitless and outrageous openness. See yourself open to receiving in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So the idea here is also, interesting. You're not sticking to this person because this person is clearly causing you heartbreak, okay? So you're not just sticking to this person financially, emotionally. What is it that you seek in the month of October? If you want support, you will not get it from the places you expect, but you will learn to move ahead and you will get it from the places maybe you did not expect. And that is why limitless. So be very open to receiving from places that you may not even expect your support coming from, or you never even thought that, oh, support can come in this way also. Yes, it will for you, because you have to be open to receiving. Then outrageous openness. So I'm going to read it out. Dear love, open me to your will, release me from attachment, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, I'm open to receive. Okay, so some people in this pile are single as a Pringle. And they're like, okay, no, been there, done that, been in long relationships. I need the right one right now. So for all those who are craving love and craving that partner, it's about time to be open to it. And listen, I always tell people, we are living in the times of Kali Yuga. Being open does not mean you're sitting at your home and being open. Being open means you as a bird have to go and taste the nectar of different flowers. I could not have been more nicely explicit about this. So please go out, explore. The world is your oyster. Find the right partner for yourself. Be open. Be curious to different people also, and be open to receiving the love that people want to show you. Just being alone in your space is not going to cut it. So this is both for love, and this is also for the kind of support and the kind of integration that you seek in your life. Because like we said, the world card is here. It may have taught you in the last many months a lot of things you may have learned on your journey, which were disappointing also, which showed like lack of support. And now is the time to embrace newer ways of finding to live your life, newer ways in which support will reach you. Just be more open. Don't have to go back to the old things. Okay. Now the other message that we have here is this one. I am good enough. There is no need to struggle to be better. All I need to do is love myself more today than yesterday and treat myself someone who's deeply loved. It all starts within. Once you love yourself and you really embrace and accept yourself, you don't tolerate a lot of the things, you don't tolerate people who don't know how to show you the same love, because you don't know anything lesser than that. And once you do that, even if you're going out and meeting people on dates, you're just curious, because there's no desperation to, oh my god, if they love me, only then I can love myself. And at the same time, when you are very supportive of your own self and you truly respect and love yourself, you actually know the right sort of support to both embrace, accept and seek out. Okay. The other message that I have for you here is listen to your intuition. I do feel many people in this pile are going to be very connected intuitively all through the month of October. Keep your intuition very, very close to you. Now, the last few messages that I have here is flow with the rhythm. So allow all the things that take their rightful positions on their own so that they can together produce the same effect. Do not judge anything, but just flow with the tide. Don't force, don't do anything. You know, like when we are cooking a meal also, in case we do not saute the onions properly and then saute the tomatoes properly, and then if you don't add the spice and the salt at the right time, it will spoil the dish. It will not give a better cooked base for a dish, right? So just allow things to take their own right space in your life in their own time. Just because some have moved way ahead of you or some are still a lot behind you, you are just not caring for anything. Sorry, you should not care for anything. Even if for your own self, if you feel that, you know, now is when I absolutely need it, maybe it's still not the time yet. So yeah, then we have divine blessings. I do feel if you are somebody who has met someone recently and it's solidifying, or you're getting married, firstly you're going to be very blessed by the universe. It's a divine match. And second, this card indicates an unending flow of divine blessings and fulfillment of spiritual goals. I do feel if anybody who's trying to get connected to a spiritual power also, as you must be for some of you in this pile, you will get all the blessings and the support that you need right now. So all your bad phase is in the past now. You're getting all the support that you seek and you deserve. I do feel you have closed out like a major karmic cycle, okay, where you have had enough strength. Now you can come back to the softer side of life. You can embrace life in a more softer, free-flowing and happier manner. Alright, now for today, I have the message from Bhagavad Gita. I know why I never thought of it earlier, right? Okay, let me see. Pile number 3. What is the message they need to hear? Okay, I have a message here. There are two classes of men. Some of them are full of polluted material things within their hearts, and some of them are materially free. Krishna consciousness is equally beneficial for both of these people. Those who are full of dirty things can take down the line of Krishna consciousness for gradual cleansing process and then regulative principles of devotional service. Those who are cleansed of impurities may continue to act in the same way that the consciousness allows, so that others may follow it and you set up as an example. Arjun's desire to retire from the activities on the battlefield was not approved by Lord. One needs only know how to act. To retire from the activities of Krishna and to sit aloof making a show of Krishna consciousness is less important than engaging in the field activities for the sake of Krishna. Okay, I do kind of feel as if, you know, some people in this pile, because you may have come from a difficult phase, you have maybe learned few things about how life is not always black and white and there are shades of grey, and you could be maybe right now in that zone where you're kind of trying to understand, okay, how should I now start with this new process? Do I need to really learn all the black learnings also from my previous life phase, or do I just continue being who I am? The message here would simply say that, you know, however you choose to do your journey, the point is that connecting with the higher power is a way of cleansing your mind, cleansing your soul, and cleansing henceforth a lot of karmas. So even if you went through a very dark patchy phase, don't worry, it was just Krishna cleansing your debts, karmic debts. And now how you should move ahead by taking the right wisdom and the purity of the wisdom from that. Alright, so that was it, pile number 3. Let me know if any part of this resonated, any part of this you want to happen, then comment below, claim it below. Alright, bye.